Good evening, everyone. This is Dipanshu Agarwal. Today, we'll be solving all the quantitative aptitude questions that have come in the exams of uh, in the XAT exam that has been just completed. Okay, so let's go. This is the first question. I hope you can see the screen and I am clearly audible to you. Okay, yeah. A lot of you may be waiting for the solutions from our side. So here you go. Okay. So the first question was a supplier receives order from five different buyers and this on. Each buyer places their orders only on Monday. The first buyer places the orders after every 2 weeks, the second after 6 weeks, the third after 8 weeks, the fourth after 4 weeks, and the fifth after 3 weeks. Okay. So to solve this question and to make you understand this question, let me just go to a simpler question of this type. Okay. Let me just add a slide and go to the duplicate question of a simpler value. Suppose I gave you a question like there are five bells. There are five bells around my house, and they ring at the interval of 2 minutes each. The first bell ring at the interval of 2 minutes. That means they ring after every 2 minutes. The second bell rings after every 3 minutes. The third bell rings after every 4 minutes. The fourth bell rings after every 6 minutes, and the fifth bell rings after every 8 minutes. So the question is, we are suppose I am surrounded with five bells, and the first bell rings after every 2 minutes, the second bell after every 3 minutes, the third after every 4 minute, the fifth after every 6 minutes, and the fifth bell rings after every 8th minute. Okay. So if the question comes in an exam that if they start at suppose 8 a.m. in the morning, if they start at 8 a.m. in the morning, so what would be the next time when they will all ring together? What would be the next time when they will all be ringing together again? Right. The first bell will ring at 2 minutes, at 4 minutes, at 6 minutes. This is the time calculated after 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, and so on. The second bell rings after every 3 minutes. That means the second bell would ring at minutes later, 3 minutes past 8, 9 minutes past 8. Third bell will ring at 4 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes, 16 minutes, and so on. The fourth bell will ring at 6, 12, 18, 24, and so on. The third bell will ring at 16, 24, 30, 32, and so on. Okay. So which is the minute that is combined, that is coming in the first column, that will come in the second column, in the fourth column, and in the fifth column? which is the number that will come in all the columns, which is the unique, which is the next number, or which is the first number, which will come in all the 5 columns. Okay, 24 will come in the second column as well, 24 will come in the third column as well, 24 is in the fourth column, 24 is in the fifth column as well. That means that 24th minute would be that minute on which all the bell will again ring together. 24th minute will be that minute on which all the 24 bells will ring together again, right? So when is the next time that all of them will ring together? When is the next time? It will be at 8:24 a.m. This would be the time at which they all will ring together again. So this is a question which is just similar to the question we are trying to solve. Okay. Is the official key out? I am not sure about the official key, but I can give you the answers for the quantitative aptitude section in this live class. Okay. I'll get back to your comments. Meanwhile, let me carry on with my solutions. Okay. So question number one is exactly of the type that we have just solved, right? So it says that the supplier receives order from 5 different buyers, and each buyer places this order on only on Monday. So instead of weeks, we can say Mondays. Instead of weeks, we can say Mondays, because the order is being placed on Monday only. So the first buyer places the order after every 2 weeks. That means after every 2 Mondays. The second buyer after every 6 weeks. The third buyer after every 8 weeks. The fourth after every 4 weeks. And the fifth after every 3 weeks. Right. So this is the same data as we have taken in the question. The first is placing the order after every 2 weeks. The second is placing the order after every 3 weeks. The third after every 8 weeks. The fourth after every 4 weeks. And the fifth after every 3 weeks. Okay. So in which week, uh, starting from January 1st, or on which Monday after the Monday on the 1st January, will all of them place together, will all of them place the order together, right? So this is just the question that we have just learned, right? So obviously in the 24th week, or we can say after every 24 weeks, they will place the order together. They all will place the order together, correct? Now we have to find that so in the same year, so in the complete year, we have to find how many times they will place the order together, excluding the order placed on January 1st. Okay. So we all should know that we have 52 complete weeks. We have 52 complete weeks in an year, right? And after the first week, after the first week, 25th week would be the week in which they will all place the order together, right? They will all place the order in 25th week. That is the 24 week after the first order, first after the first week, right? And again, after 24 more weeks, they will place the second order. together, right? Not individually, but together. So after 25th week, they will place the order at in 49th week. So after that, it will go beyond 52 weeks. That would be in the next year, right? So if we want to calculate that in a complete year, how many times they have placed the order together, excluding the order placed on 1st January. So that would be 1 and 2. So the answer for this question should be 2. Correct, students? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Yeah. So the next question was, this question was relatively easier. Question number 2 says the sum of the cubes of the two numbers is 128. So that means a cube plus b cube is equal to 128. That's what it's been given, right? And it is also given that the sum of the reciprocals of their cubes is 2. Okay. So the second equation that has been given is 1 upon a cube plus 1 upon b cube is equal to 2, right? So a cube plus b cube is equal to 128 and 1 upon a cube plus 1 upon b cube will be equal to 2. Okay. If we try to solve the second equation, right? So this will give us a cube into b cube in the denominator, and in the numerator it would be b cube plus a cube is equal to 2, right? Now can we replace this with 128, a cube plus b cube? Yes, we can, obviously. So we can write it as 128 is equal to twice of a cube into b cube. So 128 is equal to twice of a cube into b cube. Okay. So just try to solve this. This would be 64. So a cube into b cube would be equal to 64. So a into b would be the cube root of 64 and that would be 4. Okay. Now what we have to determine? We have to determine the product of the squares of the numbers. So we have to determine a square into b square. This is what we have to determine, right? So for that, you need to take the square of this. Just take the square of this, which would be 16, right? So the answer is option number C, 16. Okay, let's quickly move to the next question. Okay, so question number 3 says a marble is dropped from a height of 3 meters. So there's a height of 3 meters. First of all, this question is of arithmetic progression, and there's a concept called infinite series involved in this. Infinite series. The concept of infinite series is involved in this. So it says the marble is dropped from a height of 3 meter. Suppose this is the height of 3 meter. So if the marble is dropped, so once it will go down to 0 meters, right? After which it bounces and reaches 80% of the height from which it was dropped. So it reaches to a height of 80% of the initial height. Okay. So it reaches to a height of 3 into 80% of 3 can be written as 3 into 4 by 5. I hope you know the multiplier 4 by 5. Okay. So 4 by 5 is the multiplier to get the value of 80% of some quantity. So we have reached till 3 into 4 by 5. Then we came back, then the ball came back to ground, and then it again reached to the 80% of this quantity, 80% of this height. Okay. So 80% of this height would again be multiplied by 4 by 5. So that would be 3 into 4 by 5 into 4 by 5, right? And so on. So this will again gets multiplied by 4 by 5 and so on. So students, as you can see, this is a decreasing GP tending towards 0. This is a decreasing GP tending towards 0. Okay, I mistakenly wrote AP here. The concept used is of GP. So this is a GP, and for this question to be solved, you need to know a formula of sum of infinite terms of a GP series, which is A upon 1 minus R. A is the first term and R is the common ratio. Correct? The common ratio is the term by which the the first or the second term is multiplied. The next term is multiplied to get the, sorry, the previous term is multiplied to get the next term, right? Okay, so if you know this formula, then it would be a easy it would be an easy question for you, right? So for what we have to add, we have to add 3 plus see, on the next round it had gone 3 into 4 by 5 up and 3 into 4 by 5 down. So we need to make it 6 into 4 by 5. I hope you understood where this 6 has came from. We just have to double this distance now. 3 into 4 by 5 into 2. That's what we have to do, because in the first iteration, uh, in the first drop, it was dropped from this height, right? So it went to straight to the ground. But when it rebounded, when it just a second, yeah. So when it was rebounded, so it covered 3 into 4 by 5 height while going upward and 3 into 4 by 5 while going downward. Then again 80% of 3 into 4 by 5 going upward and then 80% downward, the same height downward, right? So that's why we have written 6 into 4 by 5 instead of 3 into 4 by 5. Okay, so 6 into 4 by 5 plus 6 into 16 by 25 plus 6 into 64 by 125 and so on. So we need to find the sum of this series, correct? We need to find the sum of this series, okay? Right. So to calculate the sum, because the first number is actually not belonging to this series, so what we can do is we can exclude the first number, or we can make it 6 minus 3. Instead of this 3, we can write 6 minus 3, right? And minus 3 we will keep separate. I hope you have understood this. 6 minus 3 is eventually 3, right? So we need to find the GP series, the sum of this GP series, right? And that would be A upon 1 minus R. So that would be given by 6 upon 1 minus R, which is 4 by 5. Okay? And minus 3 will remain always with them, with this term. Okay, so this would be, if you solve this correctly, this would be 6 by 1 by 5 minus 3. So that would be 30 minus 3, 27. So the answer for this question would be 27 meters. Right? I hope you are enjoying this class. Yes. Students, actually, while solving the question, because the complete screen is covered by this PowerPoint presentation, so I am not able to see your comments, right? So I'll get back to your comments between the questions, right? Okay, so let's go ahead to the next question. Yeah, question number 4. It says, Ramesh and Reena are playing with triangle ABC. Okay, So they are playing with a triangle. Suppose the triangle is something like ABC. We can draw a triangle something like this. Okay, ABC. See, students, whenever you want to solve a question on a triangle which is neither equilateral nor isosceles or nor nothing is given about that triangle. So try to make it a scalene triangle so that you don't by mistake put an extra situation to that triangle. You don't by mistake you don't eventually end up adding a property to it, right? So try to make all sides different. Okay, now it says that Ramesh draws a triangle that bisects sorry Ramesh draws a line sorry Ramesh draws a line that bisects angle BAC. So we have to make a line that is the angle bisector of angle BAC. That is the bisector of angle BAC. Something like this we can draw. Just a second. Okay. Then what happens? This cuts BC at D. This cuts BC at D. Okay. Now Rena extends AD to a point P. Now AD is extended to a point P. Suppose the point is somewhere here. Okay. So Ramesh then joins B and P. So Ramesh then joins B and P. Okay. Right. We have to remember that this angle and this angle is equal. It is the angle bisector. Right. AD is the angle bisector. Okay. Then Ramesh joins B and P. B and P are joined. Then Reena announces that BD bisects angle PBA. So it is there is one more angle bisector here. So this BD has bisected this angle as well. So angle ABD is equal to angle DBP according to the question, right? Now, Ramesh and Reena find that BD is equal to 6. So let me write the value of all these. So BD is given as 6. Then AC is given as 9. Is given as 9. DC is given as 5. DC is given as 5. BP is given as 8. BP is given as 8. Then DP is given as 5. DP is given as 5. Okay. Right. So what we have to determine now, we have to determine the value of AP. AP, this one. Okay. So to determine the value of AP, we just need the value of AD because DP is already there. DP is already there. Okay. Right. So let's assume this side as X and this side as Y. Now to solve this question, you need to know the angle bisector theorem. Okay, that is very crucial in this question. What is an angle bisector theorem? Let me give you a clue about that. Angle bisector theorem is, okay, suppose there's a triangle ABC in which this AD is an angle bisector. Okay, in triangle ABC, AD is the angle bisector. Angle bisector from angle A. Okay. So the angle bisector theorem states that the ratio of AB and BD will be equal to the ratio of AC and DC. Okay. So the ratio of AB and BD will be equal to ratio of AC and DC. This is the angle bisector theorem, right? Okay, so in this question, we have to apply the angle bisector theorem twice, right? And when we will successfully apply the angle bisector theorem twice in this question, then we will be surely able to solve this question. There's no other concept, or there's no major thing that has been applied in this, right? So first of all, apply the angle bisector in AD, in triangle ABC, assuming AD as the angle bisector, right? So if I assume AD as the angle bisector, then AB by BD is equal to AC by DC, correct? Now put the values. So AB is X, divided by BD is 6, is equal to AC is 9 and DC is 5. Okay. So from here, you'll get the value of X as 54 by 5. Keep it in the fraction only. Don't need to don't need to convert it in fraction, right? Now again apply the angle bisector theorem in this triangle, this one, ABP. Okay. So according to the angle bisector theorem in ABP, AB by PD, AB by PD will be equal to, sorry, BP. I made a mistake, right? So BP by PD is equal to BA by DA. Okay. BP by PD is equal to BA by DA. That's what the angle bisector theorem in triangle ABB will be given as. Okay. So just put the values. So BP would be 8, then PD would be 5, is equal to BA would be X and DA would be Y. Okay. Now you have to calculate the value of Y. So Y is given as 5 by 8 into X. 5 by 8 into X, correct? Now put the value of X here. So 5 by 8 into 54 by 5. Okay. So this would be 6.75 centimeters. The value of Y is 6.75 centimeters. So Y is 6.75. We add 5 to it to get the value of AP. So plus 5, the answer would be 11.75. I hope the question is clear to all of you. 11.75, correct? Okay. We quickly move to the next question. Okay. It says that some members of the social service organization in the Kolkata decided to prepare 2,400 laddus to give to children, and this is all not very important data. The plan is that each of them makes the same number of laddus. Okay, so each of them will make same number of laddus. However, on the laddu making day, 10 members were absent. Thus, each remaining member makes 12 laddus more than the earlier decided. Okay, so suppose there were n members that were there, n members that were there, and okay, n members were there to make the laddus, and initially it was planned that n plus 10 members would be there, right? So if n plus 10 members were planned and only n occurred, only n were actually there to make the laddus, so each one of them had to make 12 laddus extra in order to make up for the remaining people who have not come to make laddus. This is the same thing as if uh, in an office there's a workforce of suppose 100 people, and if 20 of them are on leave on any day, then rest 80 of them, rest 80 people have to make up for those 20 as well. So they have to do the extra work. This is the same thing. Okay, so this is the actual number of people which were involved in making laddus, and this was the expected number of people, right? So if we divide 2400 by n, if we divide 2400 by n, so it will give us laddus decided to make, laddus that were decided to that were actually being made by per person. Okay, this gives us a data of laddus made by per person actually. Okay, and if we divide 2400 by n plus 10, so this will make the expected, this was the earlier decided number of laddus that each person will make. Okay, so this was the expected per person work, and this is the actual per person work. And it is also said that there's a difference of 12 among these. There's a difference of 12 among these, right? So we have to calculate the value of n, means the members who actually make the laddus. Okay, so after making this equation, students, it is advisable, it is recommended from my side to solve this question further based on options, according to the options, right? Because obviously laddu will be an integer. The number of laddus they will make per per person will be an integer, right? So it will give you a huge clue, a very big clue in calculating. So see, if I try to put 90 in this, so this would be 2400 divided by 90, and 2400 divided by 90 will not be an integer. So I have to discard this. Getting my point, students? Right. So option number 1 would be discarded. Right. So if I put n, the value of n as 100, so it would be 100, sorry, 2400 divided by 100 minus 2400 divided by 110. Now this would not be integer. This will not be an integer. So this will also be discarded. Option number B cannot be the right answer. Okay. Now try to put the third option, 40. So 2400 divided by 40 minus 2400 divided by 50. Right. Both of them will give us integer, that is for sure. So 2400 divided by 40 will be 60, minus 2400 divided by 50 would be 48. Okay. Yes. So that's our answer. We tried, and we got our answer as 40. Okay. So C is the right answer for this. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Now Sheila purchases two variables. Just a second. Now Sheila purchases two variables of apples, two varieties of apples, A and B, for a total of rupees 2800. The weight of the in kg of A and B purchased by Sheila are in the ratio 5:8, but the cost per kg of A is 20% more than that of B. Okay, so we are talking about two varieties of apple, A and B. Okay. Right. So the weights or the amount of apples Sheila purchased are in ratio 5:8. So can I take it as 5x and 8x? Right. Now the cost per kg. Now this is the weight. This is the weight of the apples that Sheila had taken. And now we are talking about the cost price of the apples. So cost per kg of A is 20% more than that of B. So that means if B is suppose 100 rupee per kg, then A is 120 rupees per kg. If B is 100 rupee per kg, then A is sorry. If B is 100 rupee per kg, then A is 120 rupee per kg, right? But that has to be taken in the form of ratio only, because we cannot take the actual cost price, because the data 2800 is given, so we have to take it in the form of fraction only, ratio. So this would be 6 is to 5. Okay, so we can say that the cost price of variety A and variety B are in the ratio 6 is to 5. Okay, so we can take it as 6y and 5y. We can take it as 6y and 5y. Okay, all right. So it is this can be termed as our first equation, that 5, just a second, yes, 5x into 6y plus c 8x into 5y is equal to 2800 given, right? This much variety A has been taken, and this is the per kg cost of the variety A. This is the variety B taken, and this is the cost of variety B. So all the cost price should make up to 2800. Okay. It is also given the selling price of A and B are with a profit of 15% and 10%, right? So the selling price of the variety A would be 6y into 115 by 100, right? 15% profit. So 15% extra from this 6y. Okay. So we can count it as 23 by 20. 115 by 100 can be rewritten as 23 by 20. And what about B? So the selling price of B would be 5y into 10% profit. That means 110 by 100. We can rewrite it as 11 by 10. Okay. It is also given, no, it is to be determined that what is the overall profit. So overall profit would be the selling price of the first variety plus the selling price of the second variety minus 2800, the total cost price. This is what is to be determined. Okay. All right, let's try to solve this. Let's first solve this equation. So this would be 30xy plus 40xy is equal to 2800. So this would be 70xy is equal to 2800. From here, you will get the value of xy is equal to 2800 by 70. So that would be 40. From the first equation, you will get the value of xy equal to 40. Okay. Now we have to put this in this equation. Okay. Yeah. Just a second. We also need to multiply it by weight, because this is the per kg selling price of variety A, and this is the per kg selling price of variety B. Okay. So we also have to multiply all this by 5x and this by 8x. Okay. All right. So now it will become 30xy into 23 by 20. Okay. Plus this will become 40xy into 11 by 10. Okay. We also have to subtract 2800 from it, from this value. Okay. Now we have to put the value of xy from here, and you'll get, and we will instantly get the answer, right? So this will be 30 into 40 into 23 by 20 plus 40 into 40 into 11 by 10, right? And then we have to subtract 2800, the initial cost price, from it. Okay, so you should solve this because this is only the calculation remaining. The answer that would come out of this would be 340. The answer that you will see, that you will calculate from this, would be 340. I hope this is done. Yes. Let's go to the next one. So question number 7, it says, students, in case you want to solve this further, you can always take the screenshot, because obviously I cannot wait for you to solve this, but you can also you can always take the screenshot. Okay. All right. Question number 7 says the Nadim's age is a two-digit number x squaring which yields a three-digit number. So there's a two-digit number x, and if it is squared, if it is raised to the power 2, then it becomes a three-digit number whose last digit is y. So we'll get the last digit is we'll get the number whose last digit is y. So we'll get something like uh, the 100 digit, the tens digit, and y. Okay, and this is the square of this number x, right? Now the catch in this question is that y is a digit and x is a two-digit number. Y is a single digit. Okay, now we have to find that how much data is sufficient to answer this question. Okay, this is the question of data sufficiency. Okay, so statement 1 says y is a prime number. Okay, so first of all, see, first of all, the thing that is to be noticed is a two-digit number. When we square a two-digit number, we are only getting a three-digit number, right? So as you know, 10 square is 100, which is a three-digit number. Then 11 square is 121, up to 31 square 961 is the last square which is in the three digits. After 31 square, it will become a four-digit number. 32 square would be a four-digit number, right? Okay, so the value of x can be only between, just a second, students. I need to erase all this. Okay, so the value of x is can only be between 10 to 31, not beyond 31, not before 10, because it's a two-digit number. Now, statement 1 says y is a prime number. So, if y is a prime number and it is also a square of some number, right? So, you should all know that a perfect square ends only with 0, 1, 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, and 9. That's it. The perfect square always ends with these numbers, right? The unit digit of the perfect square can only be among these numbers. Okay. So y can only be between these numbers, right? Now it has been said that y is a prime number. It has been said that y is a prime number. So which is the prime number in all this? only 5. So from the first statement, we get that this should be something like dash dash 5, and uh, x should be, this is a square of x, and x is between 10 and 13, but still we are getting two answers. Okay, it can be 15 square, it can be 25 square as well, right? So we are not getting a unique answer for this by using the first equation, oh sorry, first statement. Okay, so first statement is actually not giving us the unique answer, right? So now we have to check for the second statement. So before moving to the second statement, yes, before moving to the second statement, we need to erase the data which we have written in the first statement. So statement 2 says y is one third of x to determine. Okay, so y is one third of x. This is the second statement. So if y is one third of x, so if y can be between 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, and 9, right? So let's see how many answers are possible in which the unit digit of the square is one third of the original number x. Okay, so if the value of y is 0, then the value of x will also be 0, which is not of two digits. If the, let me give you a better clarity. If the value of y, if the value of y is 0, then the value of x, according to the second statement, the value of x would be 0, right? Y is one third of x. Okay. If the value of y is 1, then the value of x would be 3, which is not of two digits. We need a two-digit number. If the value of y is 4, then the value of x would be 12. So the 12 square, does it ends with 4? The 12 square, does it ends with 4? Yes, obviously. 12 square is 144 and it ends with 4. So we have got a pair, we have got an answer for x. X can be equal to 12 and y can be equal to 4. This is one possible solution. Let's try for more solutions, because if we are getting more than one solution, then we would discard this statement, right? So if yeah, if y is 5, then x is 15, right? So is 15 square, does 15 square ends with 5? Yes. So the value of x can be 15 and the value of y can be 5. This is one more set of solution which is available to us, right? So what does this indicates? That second statement is actually giving us two answers, or maybe more than two. We have not even checked for the next answer, but it is actually giving us at least two answers. So which is not a unique answer. So we will say that the statement second is also not sufficient to answer a question. Statement second is also not sufficient to answer this question. Okay. So that means we have to now combine both the statements and try to get the answer, right? Because of a lot of data in this, let me clear this. Now it's fine. Okay. So now we can combine the data. Okay. So from the first statement, we were getting either 15 as the value of x or 25 as the value of x, right? And corresponding to these two values, the value of y were 5 and 5. Okay. So the value of value of y were 5 and 5. Now, second equation says that y is one third of x. So in these two cases, this is the value of y. So in these two cases, in which case y is one third of x? In the first case. So second case would be discarded. That means if we combine first and second statement, so then we are getting the unique value of x as 15 and unique value of y as 5. So by combining both these statements, we can answer the question. So therefore the answer would be, let me show the options. Oh, this is all mess. I have erased the options, but the answer for this question was, uh, just a second. Yeah, the answer for this question was option number C, in which both are sufficient to answer the question. Both are sufficient to answer the question. Some kind of option was there. Okay. All right. Let's move to the next one. Question number 8. So question number 8 says that if both the sequences x a1 a2 y and x b1 b2 z are in AP, so x a1 a2 and y and x b1 b2 and y, all these are in AP. Oh, sorry, both of them are in AP, right? And it is also given that y is greater than x. If y is greater than x, sorry, I have to write z here. If y is greater than x, so that means it is an increasing GP, right? X is smallest, then a1 should be bigger than x, then a2 should be bigger than a1, and y should be bigger than all of them, because it's an AP and the fourth term is greater than the first term. Then this is an increasing AP, that is for sure. And if z is less than x, if z is less than x, so it means that it is a decreasing GP. The second AP is decreasing. The second AP is decreasing. So we have to find the possible value of A1 minus A2 by B1 minus B2. Okay. Now this is a very simple question, students. Now if this is an increasing AP, the first one is an increasing AP, so that means A2 is larger than A1. And if second GP is decreasing in nature, so that means B2 is less than B1, right? B2 is less than B1. So the denominator of this fraction would be a negative number, and the numerator of this fraction would be a positive number. The denominator would be negative and the numerator would be positive, right? So that means this number has to be negative. The fraction that has been asked has to be negative, and there's only one option, negative, here. So we actually don't have to calculate the value of this fraction. It's just on the basis of sign. We have a negative, we have only one negative option in this. Therefore, that should be the answer. Okay. All right, students, let's go ahead. Okay, so this is a very big question. Let me first decrease its font size so that we may have some place to solve this question. Okay, I hope it's visible. Okay, so question number 9 says Kim's wristwatch always shows the correct time, including AM and PM. An important line is this, that it also shows AM and PM, right? Okay, and which is correct. So Jim's watch is identical to Kim's watch in all aspects except its pace, which is slower than the pace of Kim's watch. So Kim's watch is correct watch and Jim's watch is a faulty watch. Okay. So at 12 noon on January 1st, Jim set his watch to the correct time, but an hour later it shows 12:57. So that means 3 minutes have been lost in 1 hour by Jim. So Jim's watch has lost 3 minutes in 1 hour. I hope you are able to understand this. That Jim's watch is losing 3 minutes per hour. Okay. Now, at 12 noon on the next June 1st, Jim resets his watch to the correct time. So Jim resets his watch to the correct time on June 1st. Okay. So on how many instances between, including the 12 noon on the two dates mentioned, do the watches show the exact same time? Okay. So see, students, Jim's watch is actually losing 3 minutes per hour. Okay. When the Jim's watch will be completely 24-hour behind the Kim's watch, the Jim's watch, when it will become exactly 24 hours behind the Jim's watch, right? Then it will show the correct time. It will show the correct time, right? So if 3 minutes are lost in 1 hour, so we have to find in how many hours or in how many days we will lose 24 hours. Okay. So how many minutes are there in 24 hours? So we have 24 into 6, 1440 minutes. So if 3 minutes are lost in 1 hour, then 1440 minutes will be lost in how many hours? So what is the multiplying factor from 3 to 1440? It would be 480. Okay. So we should multiply 480 to this. So we will get in 480 hours, the Jim's watch will be completely 24 hours behind Kim's watch. Okay. And that means they would be at same time. If there would be a difference of 24 hours, then they would be at the same time. Okay. Now, if we count the number of days from 1st January to 1st June, okay, so how many number of days, total days are there from 1st January to 1st June? So January has 31, February has 28 or 29. Let's take both the numbers. Plus then March has 31, then April has 30, and then May has 31. Right. So these much number of days would be there between 1st January and 1st June. Okay. Now, if we add all this, so this would be yeah. So this would be 151 or 152. 151 or 152. Correct. If we add all this. So after every 480 hours, how much 480, how much is 480 hours? It is 20 days. So after every 20 days, they are showing the same time. The wristwatches are showing the same time after every 20 days. So how many times 20 days how many times they would show the correct exact time in these 150 hours, in these 150 days. So we have to divide this 151 or 152, whatever the number is, and we have to divide it by 20 to get 7 instances of 20 days. After every 20 days, they are showing the exact time. So there would be 7 times in between these January 1st and June 1st when they will be showing exact time, right? But it is also mentioned that we have to include the two dates mentioned, right? We have to include the two dates that are mentioned. Okay. So 7 plus 2, the final answer should be 9. 7 plus 2, the final answer should be 9. So that's how this question would be solved. All right, students. Sorry for the interruption. That was some that was something urgent. Okay. Now we move to the next question. So Fatima found that the profit earned by Bala Dosa stall today is a three-digit number, right? The profit earned is a three-digit number. She also noticed that the middle digit is half of the leftmost digit. So if there's a three-digit number, something like this, 1, 2, and 3. So the middle digit is half of the leftmost digit. So if this is x, then this would be 2x. Okay. While the rightmost digit is 3 times the middle digit. So the rightmost digit is 3x. Rightmost digit is 3x. She then randomly interchanged the digits and obtained a different number. Okay, so it has been said that she alternated the sum of the number and she obtained a different number, which was 198 more than the original number. It was 198 more than the original number. Okay, so if this is x, this is 2x, and this is 3x. Okay, this is x, 2x, and 3x. And these all are single digits, right, students? These all are single digits. So, what are the possibilities for a three-digit number to have one digit into two second digit into third digit? Okay, so either we can have one at the middle place, two here, and three here. So a number which is possible is 213. Okay. The second number possible is 246, and the third number possible is 3, 6, and 9. So there are three numbers possible: 213, 426, 426, and 639. Right? There are three numbers possible. Now, what we have to solve for this is that the number which is 198 more than the original number should also comprises of the same digits. Okay, that means if I add 198 to this, 198 to this, and 198 to this, so it should give us a number which is formed by these digits only, which is formed by the digits in the original number only, right? So 213 plus 198 will give us 411, which is not comprises of 2, 1, and 3, which is not comprises of 2, 1, and 3. 426 plus 198 will give us 624. Yes, this comprises of the same digits as 426. Okay. Let's see the third one. 639 plus 198 is 837. So this is also not comprises of the same digits as of the original number. So that means we have got only one number, 624. Right? Now what we have to find? We have to find the middle digit of that number. Okay? So the middle digit of that number would be 2. That's how this question would be solved. I hope this is clear, students. Right? All right. So today we have done till question number 10. We will continue the series tomorrow, almost at the same time, right? At around 6 or 6:30. I'll come live again and solve the rest of the questions of quantitative aptitude as well as the data interpretation, right? Yes. That's extremely inefficient. Abhimanyu, what are you talking about? What is inefficient? I'm not able to grasp. At 7:26, you have sent the message. Okay, it's all right. I think Abhimanyu is not here. Jim's and Kim's question again. Okay. Which one is this? Actually, students, I am a bit short of time today. I can dis- I can Yes, I can give you the answers for this, right? For the rest of the questions, and we will continue this session tomorrow. Don't worry. Okay, we'll continue this session, and in this PowerPoint presentation, I only have the questions of quantitative aptitude. So there are still 6 questions remaining. We will first discuss these questions and then we will move forward, right? Right now, I am a little bit shortage of time because I have a class in just 5 minutes, right? So let's continue tomorrow. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time, maybe. Yeah, right. Okay. Thank you. That's all from my side. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.